But the deeper investigators looked, the stranger the pattern became, because many disappearances didn't happen randomly. They happened after people reported seeing the same thing, a light, not in the sky, not on the ground, somewhere in between. Witnesses described it differently. Some said blue, others white. A few claimed it moved like liquid, floating silently through forests, hovering above oceans, appearing for only seconds, then vanishing completely. One mountain rescue team encountered it during a snowstorm. At first, they believed it was another climber. A flare maybe? But the light moved impossibly fast. No sound, no footprints, no source. Then suddenly, their radios died. Every flashlight dimmed at once, and for nearly 30 seconds, the entire mountain became silent. No wind, no movement, nothing. One rescuer later admitted, it felt like the world itself had stopped breathing. Then the light disappeared, and one climber was gone. No scream, no tracks, no evidence he ever existed there at all. Search helicopters arrived the next morning. They found equipment, ropes, backpacks, but never found the missing climber. And years later, survivors still refuse to return to that mountain. Then came the recordings, videos uploaded online, before disappearing hours later. Most people called them fake, until experts started analyzing the audio. One clip showed a group exploring an abandoned tunnel. At first, everything looked normal. Dust, darkness, broken walls. Then one explorer noticed something strange, a sound, very faint, almost impossible to hear. The group stopped moving. The sound stopped too. Then slowly, it returned. Not footsteps, not machinery, breathing, deep breathing. Coming from somewhere inside the tunnel, the explorers panicked immediately. One flashlight suddenly shut off, then another. The camera shook violently as they ran, but during the final seconds, the footage captured something horrifying. A shape, standing deep in the darkness. Tall, far too tall to be human, completely motionless. Watching them, the video ended seconds later, and according to online rumors, the person holding the camera was never seen again. Maybe it was fake, maybe not, but investigators noticed something disturbing. The breathing sound matched audio found in older disappearances. Cases separated by decades, different countries, yet somehow, the exact same sound. Governments officially deny everything. Of course they do, but leaked reports suggest some agencies have secretly studied these places for years. One document described zones of extreme environmental instability. Another mentioned unidentified atmospheric phenomena, but buried deep within the files. One phrase appeared repeatedly: cognitive distortion. Investigators believed certain locations affect the human mind itself, causing paranoia, fear, hallucinations, lost memory. But survivors insist it's more than that. One woman survived after becoming lost for 3 days in a restricted forest. When rescuers found her, she was dehydrated, terrified, and unable to explain what happened. For weeks, she refused to speak. Then finally, during one interview, she whispered something investigators never forgot. It pretended to be my husband. Nobody understood what she meant until she explained further. She claimed something in the forest had been calling her name, using familiar voices, perfect voices, voices of people she trusted, trying to lure her deeper into the trees. At some point, people stopped asking if these places were dangerous and started asking something worse. What if they're connected intentionally? Because across multiple cases, survivors describe similar symbols, strange markings, circles, lines, patterns carved into stone, patterns impossible to understand. One archaeologist spent years studying them. He believed the symbols weren't warnings, they were markers, signs left behind to show where something existed or where something entered. Then he disappeared, just like so many others before him. But shortly before vanishing, he sent one final email to a colleague. Only 4 words. It's underneath us. Nobody knows what he discovered. But strange theories spread quickly afterward. Ancient civilizations, hidden chambers, unknown species, even the possibility that some parts of Earth were never fully explored at all. And honestly, that may not be impossible, because even today, huge sections of oceans, caves, and forests remain completely unmapped. There are places humanity has never truly seen, places where something could remain hidden forever. Maybe every story has a logical explanation. Maybe fear simply makes people imagine things. But there's one detail nobody can explain: the feeling. Almost every survivor describes it the same way. The sudden silence, the pressure in the air, the feeling of being watched. And then, the overwhelming certainty that something nearby knows you're there, not hunting, not attacking, just observing, waiting quietly in the darkness. Maybe the world is stranger than we think. Maybe there are places where reality itself breaks apart. Or maybe humanity has spent thousands of years standing beside mysteries we were never meant to understand. Because sometimes the scariest secrets aren't hidden in stories. They're hidden in real places. Places you could drive past tomorrow. Places already marked on maps. Places where people still disappear. And somewhere tonight, someone may already be walking into one of them without realizing they may never come back out.